dinner. It is Tuesday, which means we are back for Pub Logic.
A podcast.
Oh yeah. So, we're just going to get straight into it and start with the news story of the week. Now this one, I read a lot of strange news stories to find ones that make me laugh. But this one just really piqued my interest. So, the caption is, aliens in Wales.
Is it a question mark?
Yep.
Oh.
Likely cause of bright flashes near Wrexham explained by a power firm after local speculation.
It's Ryan Reynolds.
It is.
It's Ryan Reynolds.
He's just shooting up into the sky.
I'm sorry, what was that little film he did where he's like, went back in time?
Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah, and he became his younger self.
Oh, yeah.
Just in case I need to take any notes.
Well, Tomas Evans is a Welsh reporter, and he has to say, the flashes of light which were seen on Monday evening have been described as quite creepy, while one resident said on social media they nearly spat out their cup of tea in shock. Nearly.
That's so British.
This is making news, right? But the likely explanation is less exciting than fireworks explosions or life from other worlds. Bright flashes lit up the whole room and left at least one person in North Wales thinking, aliens might have landed. This is a whole news story based on one person.
We're really clutching at straws nowadays. How can you have such a, like, I get it, it's clickbait, but how can you have such a bold title like aliens in Wales? It's just one little dolly on a sofa being like, whoa.
Literally. So several residents in Ponchau, a village near Wrexham, said they witnessed 3 bright flashes of light on Monday evening. People in several other villages in North Wales had also witnessed flashes. Michelle Coe lives on the outskirts of Wrexham town centre, and she told Sky News while she was sitting watching television when 3 really bright flashes lit up the whole room. It was quite creepy, really, when we look back at the CCTV and how far and wide people saw this flash. This is still based on one person. This is a news story on Sky News.
It's always bloody Sky, isn't it? Like, what do they want people to say? Like, ooh, 3 flashes witnessed by one person. I'm gonna lock my doors tonight. Like,
Lock my doors. The aliens like, fuck!
like,
We've got intergalaxy transportation. Fuck!
we forgot the key picker, the lock picker.
What's something like really famous locks? They're like, fuck! It's that fucking brand again.
Not the Yale, not the Yale lock.
Damn it! Oh
They
god.
say that vampires can't come in if you've locked your door.
No, you have to invite them in.
Yeah, so if your door's locked, they ain't coming in.
Well, even if the door's open, you just stood behind the glass screen like.
Yo.
It's like.
No fresh blood. Ooh.
That's for you.
Pelting little bits of garlic out. Get a nice garlic dish.
You and your prawns. You're like.
Spitting at them. They're like, yo, if you're not gonna let us in, at least just let's chill outside.
Yeah. I just want to sell your porch to it, man. Come on. Okay. So Miss Coe said she briefly thought to herself that with it being the eve of Halloween, on reflection, we didn't know what it was. Some car alarms were set off, according to another social media user, and said they nearly spat out their cup of tea.
So 2 people.
No, I think that might be the same person.
Oh, okay.
It's just the way it's been written.
They had such potential. They could have. That's the one time I would have accepted a bit of fake news.
Yeah.
Like, elaborate a bit more, make it a little bit more creepy.
It's just like they've really just gone straight for the facts. After the headline was aliens in Wales.
Yeah, that is just probably just some little old lady who didn't even know the internet exists, or like flashing cameras or some shit.
Someone's taking photos and I was just like, aliens! Get it, you aliens! Oh dear.
That's it, this is really nice.
You look so posh with that.
Posh with a J2O.
Yeah.
Spritz.
Sprit.
It's really nice. Like, I don't feel like I need to say this, but it's not an ad. That's a given. But anyway, it's really damn nice. It's apple and watermelon, lightly sparkling. It's
Bro,
really
if it was an ad, that entire shelf would be full of J2Os.
or it would just, and you'd be doing it. Well, anyway, it's not. Would be nice if it was, but it's not.
It's cute. It's cute.
Apparently, J2O is bad for the eyes.
Sorry.
Yeah, when I was younger, my grandma used to give me loads of J2Os. The optician said that it's bad for your eyes. So maybe she's just had too many J2Os in her life, and it's just exacerbated the flashes.
Maybe it was just like... Maybe she just accidentally found fun. What?
Maybe she accidentally found a farm.
Maybe she accidentally turned on her flash.
Oh.
Took me way too long, that was really upsetting.
Well, interesting.
That's all we have to say from Tomas Evans, who honestly, get the bag.
Not the bag. It's just one bank with like a swag bag. Get the bag.
I was talking about a body bag.
You were talking about a body bag.
It sounded like I was saying to you, like, get the bag.
I didn't.
Okay. We are going to move into our pub logic section. Now, our knowing fans would know that normally this would be our anecdotal section of the evening. But we've decided to do a little switch around. To keep it fresh, keep it new. So, our pub logic question of this eve is water wet?
My instant reaction is no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Go on then. Done.
Moving on.
Agree to disagree. No.
No.
Why?
The reason I think the water is wet is because it changes the colour when things become wet. If this was wet, it would be darker.
That doesn't mean that water itself is wet. It means that your item of clothing has been wet by water.
Which in turn means that water is wet.
Doesn't it? It has the ability to wet things. It's not wet.
No.
Yes.
No.
You've got to debate me. You've got to say no.
No, because like...
Dissect it. Get into it, Maisie. I want points. I want explanation. I want links. Give me a peeled paragraph.
Discuss. Point. Water is wet. Evaluation.
Okay,
Wet.
it's not.
Analysis. I feel it wet. Link. Water. That is literally how I wrote peeled paragraphs. No, so like when you...
Thank you.
Oh, lordy lord. What they like PEEL? There was like an
Point,
extra one
evidence,
added.
explain, link.
There was another one added though.
I ain't got time for that. Peel does the job. What's the need?
Peel does the job.
It does. It used to just be P, and then they had an L in there. I think that rounded off nicely.
Oh, maybe it was the L that was added. My bad. Point, evidence, analysis, link.
That's where you're getting the A from, because you're saying analysis and I'm saying evaluation. Mine's PEEL, and yours is PEAL.
I know. Ours is point, evidence, analysis, link.
You good? Let's not bring up some like English trauma.
I'm gonna go. I'm like, what's the name? Why is it song?
But water's wet.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, my friend.
It's a bad argument.
Freudian slip.
Water is wet is a bad argument because water is not itself wet. It has the ability to wet things. You don't say the ocean is wet.
I absolutely would say the ocean is wet because it is.
No, you'd say I got wet by the ocean or I got wet in the ocean. Calm down.
No, because when you actually look at the molecular structure,
Molecular.
I think molecular is better. When you look at the molecular structure,
Take a time out, bro. little like Duolingos in English, and then we can debate again.
Maybe we should just read the dictionary. I don't think that would help.
Take you a year to read the first page. And
peel
and as fuck and as.
Do you reckon there's somebody out there that's memorised a dictionary?
Probably.
Why isn't it you?
Why would I want to do that? I ain't got the time. Even if I had the time, I wouldn't do that.
Your busy schedule.
You're definitely diverting from the conversation because you know you're wrong.
Oh no, it's because I couldn't say molecular.
Or structure.
Or structure.
Structure.
The molecular structure is different. No, because like when you went like right, if you look at this, one drop of this, if I like went like that,
it has wet your finger.
Yeah, but in between
there is water.
Little droplets, and they are wet.
I mean, technically, you need water to make something wet. So how is water able to make itself wet?
Because it can make other things wet.
No, but you need water to make it wet. You can't put two waters together and make it wet. It just is a water.
Is it a water?
Yeah.
Water is wet.
It's not.
When you put your hand...
You can't just keep saying the same thing.
It's my opinion.
You can't just say it with no backing.
It's what I believe. Thank you.
Why?
Because it's wet.
See? You're not even giving me reasons. You're just saying it over and over again.
Fucking spelt it wrong.
W-T.
W-T-E.
D.
It's wheat. I wonder what water would say if it could talk.
It would give us the answer.
And it would say, I'm actually dry. That's not wet or not wet. That's dry.
I just don't think we're even capable of
right.
debating this.
This is a really hard one.
Like, I could go for it, but I just don't think you're in the right space.
Please no, lay it out for me.
No, I already tried to, and you just went, water is wet.
This is the anecdote section. Welcome back. You must have been on a break. So,
What the fuck?
Last weekend, I was at Stella's pub, as I normally am. I decided to have a couple little drinks. It was a really fun time. I was just chilling. And this group of people who had been to watch the local football match came into the pub. And they were all kind of like having conversations. It was quite clear that they were all
They were
related.
not having conversations. They were singing their fucking hearts out.
They were also shouting a lot. Yeah. They were shouting a lot.
For 5 hours straight.
Yeah, but it was quite clear that they were all kind of like in like a family kind of, what's the word, like
setting.
Structure. Yeah. Because like some of them were brothers and sisters, some of them were kind of friends and whatever. First strange thing that happened, and I literally text this to Stella while she was behind the bar. The woman that was there, I'm assuming was there with her partner, and then just shouted out in the middle of the pub when she went, "Mum!" And immediately I was like,
She was at least like 35.
yeah, I turned around like fucking like I was like, and so my mum came over and she was like, "Mum, like so and so's just said that I've got chlamydia and I'm gonna give it to my friend," and then the mum just went, "Is it because you gave it to him?" And then she was like, and like bobbed away, and I was like, the message that I sent to Sarah, and then I was like, it was awful. But then there was another member of this party that was absolutely gone, and he decided that it was going to be the time of the evening where shots were happening. And he kind of announced to the group that he was going to buy everyone Skittle Bombs.
Skittle Bombs.
Which I didn't know what they were, but they don't really taste like Skittles,
No, they
frankly. But I was having a conversation with the person that I was sat with, and then I kind of looked over, and Stella was like lining up glasses on the like on the bar, and I was like, she doesn't normally do it like that. She normally does it somewhere else and brings them over. And then she started putting the shot glasses in the middle, like on the top, the rim of each glass, and I was like, oh my god, this is going to be so good.
Because I thought I was doing it.
Yeah.
Because my guy was like, oh, do you want to do it like that? I was like, yeah, I can do it like that. Because usually I just have to put it on a tray and take it over. But I was like, I'm going to do it because I'm going to tip it and it's going to look really cool.
Yeah.
I'll get a cool video. I'm excited. I'm going to do it. And then I had them all poured, ready to go, took the payment, turned around and just said, gunk, gunk, gunk.
No, but there was one point where he started pouring them.
Oh, I let him pour the shots at the top because then if it spilt, I could charge him from it. It wasn't my fault.
Clever.
Yeah.
But then he gathered everybody around and like I was watching, I didn't know them, like a lot of people in the pub were kind of like invested in what this Ibiza thing that was going on in the bar. And he got his phone out and it was all like, everyone was so excited, and he tapped the first one and just went, whoop. And then he was like, oh, next one. And then he tapped the next one and 2 went in, and then one of them fell off, and then another 3 kind of just stayed there and he tapped them again, and then he just started kind of like pushing them. And it was like, and he was just kind of like going like that all the way, and everyone was like, oh.
But then that proceeded to happen every time he bought a round, and he bought 8 rounds, and there were
shots.
10 Skittle Bombs a time, and he bought 8 rounds.
He just started handing them out at the bar.
Every time he was adamant that it was going to work, but the crux of the matter was the glasses were too big because they're not shot glasses.
Yeah.
And it was really embarrassing, and I got a few videos of it.
It was pretty rough, I can't lie. But he seemed to be having the time of his life. Like, I feel like in his head it was like fucking Ibiza tunes, there were sparklers, there were, hey, 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 hey. They were on fire. But the first one that I had was really, really nice. The second one, because he was giving them out, obviously. The second one that I had was a bit weird. The third one that I had was horrendous. I don't know what was going on in the kind of like timeline of what was happening.
It was
but
because
like,
at some points he was like not figuring out that it was a line and you had to push from one way. So he'd push one way, push the other way, and then he'd have 2 shots in one Red Bull, and then one that's just Red Bull.
Yeah,
and it wasn't working out.
I think I ended up with one of the ones that had a lot in it because I drank it and I was like...
Yeah. But yeah, he was a very generous man. And I usually don't accept drinks from the bar, mainly because recently I just haven't drank as much. But this guy was pretty insistent, and sometimes it's easier just to say yes so they'll shut up. So I was like, yeah, I'll have a drink, thank you, and I put one on the tab. But then he just started seeing it like a game, and every time he would buy a round, he'd say, get yourself a drink, and I'd say, thank you. Then he'd tap the card, bring it up, and as he'd be like, get yourself a drink. I was like, mate, you've literally just bought me one. I'm not trying to rinse you for everything you have.
Yeah.
I can see you're spending a lot of money. I don't need one. It's fine. To encourage me to put one on myself, he would lick his card and stick it on his head and then just... And I couldn't really say no to that. But he did it every time.
It's pretty persuasive, must say.
Yeah, he did it every time. Like, nice, but I just...
Yeah.
Too scared to say no. Didn't really want to say yes.
He spent a lot of money that night, and he spent the entire time being like, oh, I've got the money, blah, blah. And like his friends were just like, eh. Did they ever come and pick up that bag?
He spent upwards of $1,000 himself.
Just get more and more scared because I feel like you're just like
What?
looking around the kitchen and are like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Today I've gone with a condiment.
Please don't say it's that one that you get with fish. Is it
Tartar sauce.
tartar?
No.
What is it?
You tell me.
It's a mustard.
It's a mustard mayo.
Who the fuck's on that?
I just ate baguette.
I didn't forget. It's so greasy.
It's not greasy.
It's shiny. I guess I saved my drink this time.
Yeah.
Last time I was fucking sucking on ice. Mustard mayo. Tastes like France.
France?
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with that statement.
It smells like France. So what is this used for?
It's just a sauce.
Pre-made, or is it like a little like whippy? Whipped up by the kitchen staff. I don't know how you want me to do.
I was going to get you a spoon, but that's more entertaining to watch you try and figure out how to eat it. I don't know, just stick your tongue in it. Like a cow.
That, you know what? That is such a cute name for, you know, when someone has like a streak of white in their hair, they call it a cowlick.
Yeah, I don't think that's cute, but it's just me. The name, not like the streak.
Actually, to be fair, when I came in with, when my hair was slicked back for Halloween, Ed was like, "You're not really being lit by a cow." I was like, "It's like a common occurrence like, that people get licked by cows." In the olden days, everyone was like,
I'm not entertaining it because you need to try it. That was guttural.
"That was a bad one." Oh, that is horrid. Ugh. I'm not even that bothered by like mustard or mayonnaise. That was nasty. I think I've done some like permanent damage there. Well, put my hands away.
So funny. Well, thank you all for tuning in to our Pub Logic podcast. And thank you, I know I said it on Tuesday, but thank you all again for 1K on YouTube.
We're so buzzing.
That's insane. And we appreciate everything.
Yeah.
And we hope you stick with us through the journey.
Today.
Like and subscribe, or Maisie will wipe her earwax on your forehead.
And don't forget to hit that notification bell.